This is the CHEO Telethon.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Sangu Bear. Delicious!
Welcome back. We are halfway there, and there is still plenty of time to donate if you haven't done so already. This hour, we are turning our attention to cardiology.
CHEO's cardiologists access nearly 4,000 patients a year, and thanks to research and technology, advancements in expert care, cardiology patients are living longer than ever.
Joining us now is Dr. Jane Lougheed, Pediatric Cardiologist and Chief of Cardiology. Those are incredible numbers, 4,000 kids coming through to be assessed, and you're dealing obviously with some really tough stuff in there.
Yes, we see a wide range of patients. We actually start seeing patients when they're in the womb. So we see fetuses with heart problems, or we see fetuses to try and rule out heart problems. We then will see premature babies, newborn babies, and then children through all age ranges up until they're 18, when we're often very proud to have our patients graduate from CHEO Cardiology into an adult cardiology center. So we really see patients at all ages and stages, and each age and stage carries with it its own special challenges for sure.
The last couple of years have been a challenge for so many. What about cardiology and the pandemic? How has that changed things for you over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's been a big challenge in many, many ways. A lot of cardiology can't be done by virtual visits. We need to see a lot of our patients in person for their examinations. We do a lot of diagnostic testing in cardiology, so a lot of sticker tests looking at heart rhythm problems, cardiac ultrasounds, cardiac catheterizations, and none of these can be done virtually. They all need us to be there in person and our patients to be there in person. And so COVID certainly presented us with some challenges, but I think we rose to the challenge, and our patients, I think, got the same service that we would provide pre-COVID with a little bit more effort perhaps on our staff's part.
There must be some really unique challenges generally with pediatric cardiology and that little tiny infant heart that then grows until, as you say, they're discharged and passed on to adult care at the age of 18. Makes it complicated, I'm sure.
It does. We need to have equipment that's suitable for all ages and stages, and so what equipment might work on a newborn baby might not be the correct equipment for a big, 17 or 18-year-old, and so that does mean that we need to have multiple types of ultrasound machines, for example, multiple types of probes for those machines. When we are building a new cardiac catheterization laboratory, it needs to accommodate the tiniest baby up to a 6-foot-tall 17-year-old, and so that does create some challenges. We have to probably spend more money on our equipment because we need to have the full range of equipment for every piece that we buy. But it's what we do, and we have to give the fetus the same fantastic imaging, for example, that we would for a 17-year-old, and so we are constantly upgrading and looking at new technologies to really give our patients at all stages the best care possible.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on and talking about what you do. Obviously critical care for so many families. Thanks so much, Doctor.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right.
Dr. Jane Lougheed is the Chief of Cardiology. We are going to go back to Leanne Cusack now.
Thank you. Now to the Power of Prayer and Prayer Service events for CHEO. For the 8th year, the Council of Imams and the United Muslim Organizations rallied the Muslim community of Ottawa-Gatineau for our Children's Hospital. Imam Anwar Malam and Jalil Marnouch join us now. Jalil, your kids are now grown, but you have fond recollections of CHEO.
Exactly. Well, CHEO has been in our heart and will always be in our heart. Of course, we visited the CHEO when our kids were young, and now our kids are contributing as actually donors to the CHEO, and we'll encourage that. Our community, as a Muslim community in Ottawa, has been tremendously coming together to help this institution, the CHEO. And really, this is an honor for us to be part of this endeavor. So I would like to thank CHEO family for giving us this chance. And I invite Imam Anwar to say more.
And now to you, Imam Anwar Malam, on behalf of your community, what would you like to present?
Yes, so as I said before, we are representing today the Sunni Muslim community of Ottawa Gatineau region, including the Imams Council. And personally, to be very honest, I had my children. I have my own challenges in the past, and we used to attend CHEO regular basis. And I believe that CHEO is a very critical institution that not only looks after the current health challenges of our youth, but also working continuously to find the solutions for our emerging diseases and disorders. And in order to be successful, I believe it requires resources to run the operation and fund the essential research. And I also believe this is our collective responsibility, and not only Muslim community, but everyone across the, our National Capital Region, Eastern Ontario, to participate and support our world-class institution so that they can stay world-class and we can get the best health care we need for our youth and next generation.
And you have brought along, gentlemen, not only those beautiful words and that philosophy, but you have brought along a check for
$50,000 for this year.
$50,000 on behalf of the hospital. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
An amazing contribution. Wonderful to see.
In Canada, almost 1 in 100 infants is actually born with a heart problem.
The good news is that we are now better than ever at catching them early.
Joining us now is Aurora Amos and her mom, Jackie. And Aurora, can you tell me about growing up with a heart condition, how that has impacted your life day to day?
Well, growing up with a heart condition hasn't really impacted me much because with CHEO's help, I've had the help I can get to live a normal life like most children. So I've had just like 2 surgeries, and so I'm able to live like most children.
2 surgeries, and Dr. Maharaj was involved with that, was he? I know I've met him, and he's a pretty special doctor there at the Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. Maharaj is a really kind man. He doesn't have much of an ego, so we're pretty lucky to have him here in Ottawa.
Incredible work that he does. So maybe you can tell me, Jackie, about finding out very early that your daughter had a heart condition and trying to figure out what that would mean for your family and for her as she was growing up.
Well, I mean, I still remember the day that we found out. I mean, 3 people came in the room to tell us, so I knew something was coming. And I remember grabbing the bottom of my chair because I knew I had to brace myself for what was coming. And I wasn't prepared. It was overwhelming. It was surreal. But Dr. Lougheed, who you just saw, and a nurse and a social worker came in, and they guided us through. And here we are today.
Dr. Lougheed, one of the people that had that conversation with you. And what do you feel now when you look at this beautiful 12-year-old girl next to you?
I'm so proud. I mean, everything that she's been through, she teaches me how to be brave and strong every day. And to her, it's no big deal because it's what she's always known. And I couldn't be more proud.
Aurora, what do you love the most about your life today? What do you love doing day to day?
I love playing sports and drawing. I really like doing those. I also like baking a lot.
Nice. Well, maybe we'll ask you to bake for us the next time. Having CHEO right here, I mean, we talk about it, how amazing it is to have CHEO in our own backyard. But when you've lived what all of you have lived through, how much do you appreciate having this world-class care right here in Ottawa?
Yeah, we appreciate it very much. I probably wouldn't be able to do what I am today without it, because I probably would have had to go somewhere else without this treatment right here, accessible right at home. So it's very helpful and nice and great. It meant a lot to our family because Aurora spent the better part of the first 5 months of her life in the hospital. And at that time, her brothers were 2 and 3.5. So having CHEO right here in our community meant that we didn't have to sacrifice, their needs. We were able to, as much as we could with this big, huge event happening, we were able to be there for them. So it meant the world.
An infant in hospital and 2 toddlers, and oh my goodness, I'm glad you're able to sit on this couch right now and relax and share your story with us. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hear the relief, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's quite something. Just an amazing story, and so many more of them to come. And we want to go to Leanne Cusack now with another check presentation.
Now we have a fundraising team that will melt your hearts with their cool winter activity. Diana and Luc Gertin, founders of Waldo the Snowman. Waldo, I guess, is a bit of a tribute to your grandfather, Luc.
Yes, he is.
Who is Waldo?
So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so in the last 14 years, I've been working on Waldo every year. And this year, because I moved to in the area, Alta Vista, where the CHEO hospital is, I decided to contact CHEO for donating, to have some donation done.
This is not just an ordinary snowman. This is a giant snowman. How tall?
20 feet tall. That was my record year this year.
Amazing. And people would pose for photos, Diana?
Absolutely. A lot of people come by, young and old, all ages, from all over, and find Waldo and take pictures. It was great. And we raised money for CHEO using they provided a QR scanner that they could just scan and donate money to CHEO electronically.
Amazing.
So,
a very cool concept, a very cool snowman, a very beautiful donation. I know that you raised more than $7,000 and then CP matched the donation of another $7,000 plus to a total of
$14,370.
We want to thank you so very much, as I said at the beginning, for melting our hearts. So gracious of you. Thanks on behalf of the hospital.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're melting a little bit in here too, which is great because it's
This
warm
time
and
of
we're
year?
well into it.
Yes. Let's head to the phone bank and Matt Scooby. Matt. Oh, Matt and the Bears.
Just have my mid-show nap, Graham and Patricia. You know, just like hockey players in the middle of the day, afternoon nap. So, okay, we're ready to go. Fun zone back on. Let's get calling, shall we? That was nice and comfortable down there. 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436 is the number to call. Still have an opportunity to do it. We've lots more still to come in the program. And to have, again, your donations matter. Everyone standing by in our virtual phone bank in order to take your call. I'm going to go finish my nap, and we'll talk to you shortly, okay? Okay.
Is that actually written on his schedule?
Does he get to nap on the Bears? We got Bears up here, too. Maybe that's the answer for us. A little nap time.
Maybe.
You take it away, and then I'll nap, or maybe not.
Well, we let everyone else work. We're going to go back to
right.
Leanne now.
Oh, this one's for the golfers. Over the last 13 years, Matt Robinson and his family have organized a unique fundraising event known as the longest day of golf coaching. This event is quite something. Dana joins us now with daughters, Catherine and Christina. Dana, we'll start with you. Such a long-term commitment to CHEO. Tell us about it.
It seems like so long ago, 16 years ago, these girls were born, but they needed a lot of support from CHEO at the beginning. And we think it's so important to give back. So we have one sponsor who donates every year and doubles all the money that's raised, as well as our golf network that has been key to the success of this event.
Well, it's an incredible give, and we'll have Catherine and Christina, if you would, explain why CHEO is so important to you.
I've had one eye surgery at CHEO, so it's very important for me to give back because it helps me a lot. And I've had a total of 10 surgeries, 3 for my intestines, 3 for hearing, and then 4 for my eyes, so I'm really thankful for them.
Well, we're really thankful to you for your continued relationship and commitment and generosity of spirit as a family. You have brought along a check for how much, Dana?
$40,583.
Whoa, to your family, whoa to golf. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Fantastic to see. Well, we first met Blakelyn last year, born with a rare defect that required extension reconstruction.
And in such little time, she's come a long way, and your support means giving babies like Blakelyn a chance to be home where she belongs. Here's CTV's Steph Ann Keys.
Clothed in red, Chio's 18-month-old fashionista is back with another message.
Can you show him the shirt that you're wearing?
Not only does she have the heart of a warrior, life handed her a start, forcing her to prove her strength. She's blowing kisses, doing well, and wants you to know it's Heart Month, even if looking after your health can bring dark days during a pandemic.
And stay positive. I know it's tough to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're in the hospital.
We first introduced you to Blakelyn O'Reilly more than a year ago. So young, we got our first glimpse of her in hospital at 4 months old. Tubes, the unwanted accessories, to a style that gets love from all who lay eyes on her. She was born with heart issues and then developed severe breathing issues, leading to multiple surgeries.
At their very first appointment, we diagnosed Blakelyn as having complex congenital heart disease, which encompassed overall something called a complete atrioventricular septal defect.
It was scary then, less so now.
Her heart's been doing amazing. She's been breathing so much better on her own, so she's actually completely off her ventilator.
She's fought her way from living at the hospital to being home with her parents, learning to walk, finding fun at gymnastics, and making the best of the season. Though she still has a long road ahead, her parents are grateful checkups with Chio are now only every few months.
But at the same time, she definitely remembers some of the nurses that have worked so close with her and some of the doctors that have worked so close with her.
So even though she was born with a partially developed heart, Chio is a place that helps her parents feel whole, giving their daughter a chance to be with a family overflowing with love.
Joining us now, Courtney and Cody, to talk about this. When you see those images and you see your little girl there, what goes through your mind? Because it's quite a change.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a whole lifetime ago. Looking back on some of those times, which were difficult while you were going through them, but seem like distant memories now as she's doing better and better each and every day.
She sure is, and you've got to keep an eye on her just like every other parent with kids that age. She's very curious. Tell me about how she's doing. Paint me a picture of, paint us all a picture of how she's advanced and whoop, she's okay there. And what things are like at home now.
She's been progressing well so far. We're fortunate that the visits to Chio become longer and longer apart, even though we enjoy seeing everybody there. It's nice to know that she's progressing and not needing as many appointments. So right now, her heart's doing quite well. Our cardiology checkup, her next one's set for December. And she's off her feeding tube, so she's eating everything orally now. So the progress has been quite amazing so far.
And I know you try to stay positive, but boy, it's been quite a ride. Did you think you'd ever get to this point? Either one of you can answer.
Honestly, it's amazing to see, you know, when we were sharing Blakelyn's story last year on the telethon, everything we went through in the first year of her life and how far we've come. I think there was a lot of question marks for us in that first year, and we really didn't know what the future held. We didn't know how long she was going to require her breathing support, feeding tube, what our cardiology future was going to look like, and we've absolutely been blown away with her strength, her progress, and the fact that she can wake up every day with a smile on her face and just be happy like any other kiddo and live her best life. So we are beyond proud of everything that she's been able to overcome.
She just looks fantastic there, and we love hearing her story and seeing her progress. Looking back, and then I guess forward, do you think about what the next few years will bring? You must.
Yeah, so I mean, life is still a little different for us. We do require nursing support at night. Eyes are still required on her 24/7 with her having a tracheostomy. We don't have the benefit of being able to use childcare. So there's definitely some hurdles that we've had to overcome, but we've been so thankful for all the support that we've had from our family. And based on cardiology outlook right now, there is opportunity that she may still need a surgery in a couple of years. Our hope is that her heart continues to do what it's been doing so far, and that's her allowing her to grow and her to get stronger day by day. And we just remain hopeful that her outlook remains positive and that we can only continue to see better days ahead for her, and hopefully a day where she can be without her trach and knock on wood, hopefully no more surgeries ahead for her as well.
Well, it's great to see you all again this year, and thanks so much for doing this, and wonderful to see her bopping around like she is, and thanks so much for sharing your story again.
Thank you so much, and let's beat that 10.9 mil this year.
Absolutely. Great to see you guys. Thank you. Let's thumbs up. Yeah, that's great.
Blakelyn is a little sweetheart and kind of like a Matt Scooby where you kind of have to keep eyes on her. She might just wander off the set there.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
We're going to do another miracle match here.
This miracle match is sponsored by C&M Electric.
And we're going to start with Stefan Keys. He's well behaved over there.
Definitely, always well behaved. So nice to see that update from Blakelyn and hear from Courtney and Cody. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes on Matt Scooby for you. C&M Electric has been providing quality service within the electrical industry for over 55 years. They're also committed to ensuring kids in our region get the best care possible. This year, they decide to support the CHEO Telethon with this matching gift. Welcome to the Telethon, Cassandra.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Thank you so much for being with us. What's your message to everyone watching?
Well, our company was founded in 1963 by our late grandfather, Wayne Crawford, and to TJ and Lacey, their great-grandfather. So it's always been an organization that we've held really close to our hearts, mostly because we feel very grateful that CHEO is a globally recognized children's hospital that we're very close to, and that has really served both our community and our family through various generations.
Well, Cassandra and family, we can't thank you enough for your support. We're going to make sure we match those donations. Thank you again. Matt, talk about legacy, talk about grandparents. We're also getting a match challenge from one grandparent, a grandmother named Sandra Rutledge Barber. She gave $100. She wants all the grandmothers out there to give $100 as well.
Let's start the clock and do that right now, shall we, too, which is wonderful. Again, the grandparents. If you're a grandparent listening out there, how about great-grandparent, too, which we just heard from Cassandra and so many others as we talk about the legacy. It is our miracle match time. You can double your donation thanks to C&M Electric right now over the next 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes now. What are we at? 2 minutes and 42 seconds. It's a $5,000 miracle match. Call the number on your screen right now, 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436 here in the next 2.5 minutes to double your donation.
That's right. And the toll-free number is 1-833-744-2436. We want you to pick up the phone, call, get our virtual phone bank volunteers busy. Look, she says, call me.
Call.
Right there,
right now, and waving.
Call me. They're not busy enough.
They're listening to us. If they can hear us, if they can hear us, they're not talking to you. That's the point right now. So we need to get them on the phone. Look, now she's going to answer a call right now, which is wonderful. There, see, just like that. Florence, how much time do we have left?
There are only 2 minutes left to donate in this miracle match. What are you waiting for? Pick up the phone and donate now.
Yeah. What are they waiting for?
I'm not sure. Christmas? Christmas? Right, we can talk about Christmas again. Did you hear? We mentioned it earlier. Elf is going to be the house out in Stittsville again for the theme, which I'm so excited about. But the Elf, what's your favorite color? You know what? That's what he says when he answers the phone. Call the phone. Call on your phone right now. Call us this time, not the North Pole. That's right. Not Buddy the Elf, because we need your help in order to help the kids at CHEO and otherwise here in the next minute and a half.
CHEOTelethon.com. We also take your online donations. Any way that you want to give, we will take your money.
And they go, and then money goes everywhere too.
That's
we
right.
talk about, we've been talking about cardiology this hour. How about, laughter is good for the heart? CHEO is the only kids hospital in the country that has a children's clown school. Molly Penny runs clown school for kids.
And Molly Penny is amazing. We shared her story earlier. She has been there for so many years. She is such an iconic and vital part of the institution, but so is everyone that works at CHEO, really.
Kennedy, what do we need to do?
There's only 1 minute left for the miracle match, so pick up the phone and call now to donate.
Yes, that shot.
Woo! Boom. Switch from Kennedy, and you know what? She's shooting her hoops out there, so you can help so many others. She's helping others by helping us. That's right. You can do the exact same thing right now by picking up the phone and calling us. Give someone a shout. Again, you can't talk to the two of us right now. You can still tweet at us.
That's
to
right.
Let us know your stories, but there's lots of activity over here.
They're looking busy. I like it.
I'm going to go be my toddler self,
wait,
apparently,
wandering
according
off
to
set
Patricia.
Again? Oh, my goodness.
See,
well, I'm just going to wander off, too.
Apparently, this is what I do, and I wander off, and it took our director...
What are you doing?
It took our director, Marlene, so long
to
find a spot for this this bear. But you know what? I just need to put him right here because he needs to just tell everyone how much time. We need 15 seconds left. Call right now. Call right now. We need your help to help the kids at CHEO. You heard the voice, right? That's the voices from the Bears that are telling you what to do.
We have no control over the CHEO Bears. My goodness.
Thank you to C&M Electric for sponsoring this miracle match. Grandma Patricia.
Stefan Keys wins with the bear voice.
Yeah.
Like that, just hands down wins. Like, what is that?
If that's what makes you a winner, there it is. I was nervous that Matt Scooby was coming this way with that.
Yeah,
We got close.
Like, what's going
it's in
on?
our zone.
Yeah.
We are going to go back.
Creativity is a gift, and Emmanuelle, who is 11, has used her gifts to give to CHEO. Paintings for CHEO by Emmanuelle is her fundraiser. She joins us now with her dad, Sylvain. It is so lovely to see you both.
Great to be here.
Emmanuelle, your work is beautiful. C'est formidable. Merveilleuse. Really great. And I know you love to create, but you'd like your dad to do the talking about the fundraiser and the why. Sylvain, tell us about your relationship with CHEO, if you would.
So last summer, Emmanuelle had to go in for a procedure on her foot. And she had such great treatment that she decided to raise funds for CHEO. And she loves painting. She's been painting since she was 6 years old. And she decided to sell her paintings. So since January, we've been raising funds for CHEO with her paintings.
Well, we are really, really grateful, and we're really, really impressed. The work is lovely, colorful, and dynamic, just like you, Emmanuelle. We're so thankful for this amount you have brought along for CHEO.
Oh!
Thank you so much. Please keep painting, Emmanuelle.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Leanne. Well, time now to check in with another kid reporter.
This time, we go behind the scenes with Charlotte in cardiology.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, and I am the CHEO Kid reporter. We are in the heart. We're in the cardiology department. Cardiology department. And this is my brother Xander.
Go.
Xander, what's a heart cardiogram?
An echocardiogram? Echocardiogram is basically when I come in and they have a little stick and they put gel on and they rub it against like my chest, my neck, sometimes my stomach, and they just basically just take pictures of my heart.
That's really cool. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Charlotte. What's happening right now?
Putting the jelly on the camera and getting ready to look at his heart.
How do these pictures help Xander?
These pictures help Xander because we're checking the function of his heart and checking to make sure that his heart repairs are still good.
How long do these normally take?
Usually an echo takes about half an hour to 40 minutes.
What does it feel like?
It honestly doesn't really feel like anything. It just feels like somebody's rubbing a glue stick on you, but it's not sticky.
What do you love about here at CHEO?
Well, I love working with kids like you and your brother Xander. I love interacting with families. I love taking pictures on my machine and piecing together what's going on inside the heart. And I love that I work with such a great team because we're working together to make kids' lives better.
Well, that's it for me. I'm Charlotte.
Great job.
Really good questions, right?
Those
Kids-
questions that we're afraid to ask, like what does it feel like?
What's it feel like? What is this? Yeah, so great job. Nice snapshot inside the hospital. Consistent communication is key in healthcare. When it comes to CHEO's cardiovascular surgery department, there is one person who is always the first point of contact.
Here she is now with Stefan Keys on making a family's experience as manageable as possible. Steph.
Well, it's very evident that Chio has a very special place in our hearts here in Ottawa and the surrounding region. And someone that has to deal with hearts all the time is Tara Girolamo. She's a registered nurse with cardiovascular surgery, and we are so happy to have you here with us on the telethon.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your role, because it sounds very busy. Pre-op, post-op, speaking with families and getting to the heart of the matter on every aspect of cardiovascular.
Right. So my role is the cardiac surgery clinical nurse. And basically what that means is I'm essentially the first point of contact for families and children that are going to have to undergo cardiac surgery at CHEO. So I'm that initial telephone call or face-to-face visit at a cardiology visit if I can time it right. Planning the surgery day, planning all the preoperative assessments, and really the introduction into cardiac surgery at CHEO.
First point of contact sometimes means that you can be delivering bad news in a situation like this, but also good news as well. Tell us a little bit about navigating both of those factors.
Right. So I'm the first point of contact in terms of scheduling the surgery. Typically, families are already aware of the need of their child to face open heart surgery or cardiac surgery of some sort. So I'm more involved sort of once that's been established in terms of getting the plan in place and coming up with all the resources that families need, exploring the surgery day. So usually that news has been delivered. And I'm kind of the phone call I always joke with families about that you're waiting for, because you need to start doing a lot of planning before cardiac surgery, but it's also the phone call you don't necessarily want to get. So usually that's how I approach that with the families. And then, I just take them through what we need to do preoperatively, the preoperative assessments and what that entails. So like echocardiograms, blood work, x-rays, all those kinds of things we chat about. Then participating in the actual visit when they come to meet our surgical team, participating in the discussions with the surgeon. And then, transitioning them until that day, that OR day that, is very scary for most families for sure.
I can only imagine. And out of curiosity, how many surgeries does CHEO perform each year?
On average, I'd say we do just over 100 cardiac surgeries per year.
Wow. Wow. So that definitely keeps you busy on the scheduling.
It definitely keeps us busy. And then, it keeps us busy on the surgical day too. I happen to be the face on the OR day, but there's a whole team working behind us, in the unit where the patient arrives, where typically I would meet them, the OR nurses, the OR staff, anesthesia, perfusion, ICU. It's a whole team. But my role is really sort of the face of that team on that day, because I update the families every 90 minutes throughout the course of the surgery so that they know how things are going.
Most definitely. And before I let you go, you give so much to us as a community through your role. I'm curious to know what you also get out of it, what you find rewarding about your work.
Well, so I've been in this role for close to 18 years. So a lot of the patients that I started with as newborns are now graduating from CHEO and just, coming to see us, watching them grow up, watching them, go through all these surgeries. And the goal of all cardiac surgery is to give them, the best possible life and outcome. And so it's so rewarding to see them come to clinic and say hi and, just let us know what a difference we've made to them and certainly what an impact they've made on our life too.
That's really special to see them grow up and evolve and graduate and be happy and healthy. So Tara, thank you so much for all the work that you do. Pass on the congratulations to your team as well.
I will for sure. Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too.
One time I had the privilege of being at CHEO for an open heart surgery. I could not believe how quickly those incredible little kids can bounce back from that. It's just absolutely amazing.
Amazing stuff. And we're going to check in with Leanne Cusack with another check. Leanne.
CHEO is where we turn for the life-saving care of the children in our region. Laura Hopewell and Dave Stathhouse do everything in their power to help through their October Saves fundraiser. The theme, All Saves, One Goal, a hockey event that's been difficult to stage, but you have persevered for CHEO. Lovely to see you, Laura. Lovely to see you, Dave.
We're so happy to be back again this year, and we are so proud of our goalie nation. They have done such an amazing job of, making saves and getting all the donors to support them through these tough times. So we're just, back and better than ever.
Oh, Dave, maybe you'd tell us exactly what takes place.
Well, goalies go to octobersaves.org and create their own page and register.
and then they share it with their teammates and friends and families, and they record their saves, how many saves they made in the month of October, and yeah, like they collect pledges and donations, and it's always a very successful event.
And those saves contribute to a lot of life-saving care at CHEO. I am remiss, I didn't introduce Price. Maybe we'll get Price to do the virtual check flip, and we'll have you, Laura, tell us how much you've raised.
We have raised $48,000, just over $48,000. So we're all very proud, and we're happy to have Price here to help us announce that.
Thank you all very, very much. That is an incredible total, an incredible event.
Thank you.
We are cooking along here in the CHEO Telethon, the 39th annual, and lots of checks coming.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see. They transport the most fragile patients at any time of the day and in any type of weather through land and air.
We go behind the scenes now where CHEO's transport team shares how donor dollars help the team reach the tiniest patients throughout the province.
My name is Stephanie Couture. I'm a transport nurse for the CHEO Critical Care Transport Team.
Chris McLeod, I'm a respiratory therapist on the transport team as well.
So we cover a catchment area that covers 440,000 square kilometers.
We kind of cover more than 2/3 of the province and about 1/3 of Quebec.
We access most of our patients via land ambulance, but we do also do about 10% of our trips are via aircraft, fixed-wing aircraft. And then as well, we have a couple of interesting modalities that we use, such as ice bridge up in some of our more northern locations. We've been known to take a barge or two. We take about 500 babies a year on critical care transport, although we have now been expanded up to 3 years of age.
What that's entailed is buying a new stretcher that has to be certified by Orange Air Ambulance to be air certified. We have a full ICU monitor built into the equipment here. And then we also carry a special gas, enough equipment and medications to provide everything we would provide in an ICU. We also have the ability to defibrillate IV pumps, 2 oxygen tanks, a ventilator.
You know, it's quite intense. You're going out to these locations and helping really unwell children and infants. Because we serve such a large catchment area, there is kind of the really rewarding factor of feeling not only are we a team of 2, but we're going out to these hospitals that, you know, don't have sufficient medical resources to take care of these infants. And it feels really rewarding to go and help and kind of be like a team member of all of Ontario, because, you know, we're all in this together, really.
Just an incredible piece of geography they cover, amazing like distance.
You forget how
yeah.
massive that area is. Yeah, one of the reasons that we are asking for your donations and help today, we want to go back to Leanne Cusack.
For those of you who have perfected your tree pose, your heart chakra will be wide open when you hear about the beautiful yoga give called 24-Hour Yoga Palooza, a fundraiser for oncology research at CHEO. Salutations, sun salutations, I should say, to Steve Neville and Randy Roffey. Lovely to see you. You're the co-founders of this event.
Great to see you as well. Thanks for having us.
Steve, this is a very personal fundraiser for you, I understand.
Yeah, my son got diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma when he was 5 years old, so back in 2010. And CHEO was there for us from day one with open heart surgery, and then subsequently just bringing him back to health. He's a 17-year-old about to graduate high school, and that just gives me chills just even saying it. So we're very thankful for CHEO.
You gave us all chills. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story of health and healing. And Randy, I know you have CHEO Bear sort of virtually there behind you. CHEO Bear always has our back. Tell us about the event, if you would, quickly.
Well, 24-Hour Yoga Palooza is about getting as many people together, doing yoga, supporting CHEO. And this year we had over 100 yogis and 30 teachers supporting our fundraising campaign.
That is absolutely beautiful. And you have brought along this incredible check for?
Well, I'm pleased and thrilled to announce that together with the generous support of our sponsors, Tony Graham Automotive Group and Trend Micro, all the yogis, we've raised $53,598.
That is exquisite. Gentlemen, namaste.
Namaste.
Would love to be doing a little yoga here right now. We're doing the best we can to kind of stretch it out in the chair.
Stretch it as much as you can. That's a big check, too. But one of the busiest people in TV today, Leanne Cusack, back with another check presentation. Leanne?
This is a day for us to learn more about the powerful, groundbreaking work at CHEO, the breakthroughs in research in the healing of kids given a chance to learn and grow. Matthew Redmond and Angelique Cleroux have turned learning into fundraising. Please tell us about Learning for Charity, Matthew.
For sure, thank you. So Learning for Charity is a nonprofit organization. It's a club at the University of Ottawa, with 100% of the proceeds that we've raised being donated to the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. All of our tutors are volunteers who donate their time, and we are able to offer low-cost $12 an hour tutoring to the Ottawa community and local high schools.
Well, I have to say, this is a phenomenal initiative. We are so grateful. Has it been meaningful for you, Angelique?
Yes, it has really been. I myself am a tutor. I've been a tutor for 2 years now, and being co-president, I could help bring the club to another level and help CHEO.
And you've brought along a check for
$15,000.
Wow, that's a lot of learning, a lot of lessons, a lot of gratitude. And Matthew, it's personal for you as well, isn't it?
It is personal, yeah. My little brother's been seeing the orthopedic surgery team and rehabilitation team at CHEO for many years now, having been diagnosed with Perthes disease. He's on a long road to recovery, but he's doing great now. But it means a lot to be able to give back to CHEO.
Thank you, and your generosity means a lot to the hospital. Thank you both very much, and thanks to all of those phenomenal tutors. Year of the Tutor with Matea Roach on Jeopardy, I think, hey?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So many different contributions out there. We've had several corporate partners, too, with big checks to announce.
This next contribution, I almost feel like you and I might feel like we're a part of it as we go back to Leanne.
Whether you enjoy a cocktail or a mocktail, a cold glass of bubbles on your deck, or a hot toddy by the fire, you will want to raise a glass to the LCBO. Here to tell us about good cheer when it matters most. That's the campaign. Here's LCBO's CEO, George Solias. Lovely to see you, George.
Thank you, Leanne. I'm always happy to be here. As you know, all of us at the LCBO are so proud of our partnership with CHEO and our annual fundraising campaign, which we called it this year the Good Cheer When It Matters Most campaign, which takes place during the holiday season. So through the LCBO Social Impact platform, which at the LCBO we call it the Spirit of Sustainability, we are committed to improving the health and the well-being of the communities that we live in and we work in. So I am very pleased to know that the money that we raise, the donations that we collect will help the hospital to buy new equipment and to do groundbreaking research at CHEO, and all of that to support the families who need it the most. So,
George, we are we are so grateful. I'm so excited to actually reveal the amount on this check. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but this amount is truly toast-worthy. You are presenting how much to CHEO?
Well, thanks to our very dedicated retail employees and, of course, our very generous customers at the LCBO across the province of Ontario, I am pleased to present a check to CHEO and the CHEO Foundation for $990,000 and $630, which is a record-breaking amount for the hospital that we hope this will provide the necessary health care for children and youth in your community there. So we're very, very proud to do that.
George,
Leanne.
thank you, thank you, thank you. We are all overwhelmed, and I'm sure there are champagne corks popping virtually everywhere based on this donation. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Amazing. to see that.
I think we need to commit to getting that LCBO donation up to $1 million next year.
It's a civic duty.
Civic duty. And we could maybe invite Matt and Steph along to help in that as well.
Absolutely.
I need to find some champagne. I was just like, wow, I nearly again, whoa, what a donation from the LCBO. Thank you so much to them. Now, again, I wish I had a beverage to say toast to everyone, but you know what we do have? We have pizza. What would a telethon be without a little bit of pizza or a little bit of food? So thanks to Gabriel's and to St. Hubert for sponsoring us today and for keeping us well fed. And so we have our nap, we have our food, our drinks too, and it's been a lot of fun, but we still need your help. We still need you to call. Get our virtual phone bank going here. There's some people who are not on the phones right now. Give us a shout. 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. I'm going to go back to eat our pizza. Catch you later.
Beautiful, Matt. Thank you.
Great TV, Matt. Scooby eating pizza.
Yeah.
On TV.
We want to move on to what is much better TV. This is a really compelling story about an amazing teenager. But can you imagine when you get a phone call from a school as a parent, your heart just jumps a little bit when that caller ID appears on your phone.
And in all those fleeting seconds before answering, you think, is your child hurt, sick, struggling in class? Maybe they're misbehaving.
But the words, "he has no vitals," is never what this family could imagine. Here's Colton Prale with the story.
Basketball has just been my life.
At 15 years old and already an accomplished athlete, there was little reason to think that Zach Legault's life could have stopped at any moment. Until it did.
It's Zach. Something happened. He collapsed. And they've called an ambulance.
At a high school basketball tryout in October 2021, Zach collapsed. A congenital heart defect that had been hidden since birth, suddenly visible and threatening his life.
And he started to have sort of breaks between his breaths, and it became a scenario where I knew I needed to do CPR.
The quick actions of his coach saved him and gave Zach enough time to get to Chio, where the battle for his life was just beginning.
Time just stood still. We were at the hospital day and night, day and night, day and night.
You just want to, for him to wake up, to call you dad and say, "Can you bring me to practice?"
For 3 days, Zach was in a coma. It would be another month after he woke up before he was finally strong enough to undergo surgery.
It was extremely scary. But I think for me personally, I just had, a lot of confidence in their abilities to make this a successful surgery.
With the help of a machine purchased through donor dollars, doctors at Chio would disconnect his heart and reposition his coronary artery. A 6-hour procedure that, once successful, meant Zach would be able to play basketball again.
It's not an uncommon scenario that the first time you find out you have this problem is when you drop dead from it.
It would take a small miracle and the hands of one of the country's best.
To have somebody have this problem, have an arrest, be successfully resuscitated from it, and then make it to hospital so we can diagnose it and subsequently treat it is, at that point, you don't need to buy a lottery ticket anymore. You just won the jackpot.
It's thanks to the doctors, nurses, and surgeons at Chio and the quick actions of a high school basketball coach that Zach is still alive.
I always think about it, if I was at some random basketball court, if I was somewhere far from my house, if I was out with friends or something, I probably wouldn't have been here right now. I'm very grateful that I was at Chio and that they had the resources and the people to help me.
And we are absolutely thrilled now to be joined by Zachary and his mom, Stephanie Muldoon, and dad, Marcel Legault. Thank you all for being here. Zach, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good. Back to basketball and everything, so everything's good, yeah.
Excellent. Stephanie, I know we've spoken before on the radio about when you got that phone call and you're thrust into an emergency situation out of nowhere, and then what transpired. What were you feeling when you were waiting through Zach's surgery and wondering what was coming next for your beautiful, healthy teenage boy?
We just really put all of our trust and faith into Dr. Maharaj. We had prepared for that day. And we're just trying to be positive and crossing our fingers that everything was going to go successfully, that the coronary artery is going to be reimplanted, as it should be, so that Zach can go on to live a normal life. That's that was our focus, just getting through that day and knowing that it was going to be easy after that. Once the surgery happened, it was smooth sailing, really, for Zach.
You know, it's amazing when you see Zach there with you and doing well, but when you hear Dr. Maharaj say a lot of times the first time people know they have this is when they drop dead from it. Marcel, that's pretty chilling words with your son that you had no idea had any kind of health problem, and he's an athlete, obviously. He's at basketball tryouts. What are you as a dad thinking about your son who's in this battle for his life that's just been thrust upon him?
Well, it was extremely scary. Certainly to spend 43 days at CHEO, and the first part of it was what is happening, what's going on, and you know we were in good care right from the beginning. We had, as we said before, we had a lot of confidence in the CHEO team, and but it's taken it one moment at a time. And really celebrating the small victories along the way. That's what kind of kept us together.
Confidence in the CHEO team, and Zach, as you say, if it had happened somewhere else, it could have been a different outcome. You were on court, and there was the proper equipment there, and there was a coach who knew what to do. How grateful do you feel for that, and have you expressed that to your coach?
The stars were definitely aligned. I think, go ahead, Zach, but it's we were very grateful for Coach Riley to be present.
Yeah, very, very lucky and very grateful, for sure.
Well, I hope you go on to do wonderful things on the court or at university or whatever you want to do with your life, Zach, whatever lies ahead. And Stephanie, I remember we chatted about how awesome it is having a teenage boy in the home. I have a son the same age. So much fun to watch them do all of the incredible things that they're doing. And we're so very happy that this was the outcome for Zachary and for your family.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're enjoying every day we have with him.
Thank you.
Don't need to buy a lottery ticket.
Just a little emotional with that. Just imagining getting that call and just all of a sudden being in that situation. And that is your lottery right there.
And that family, of course, is connected to what we're doing right now. And it is time for another Miracle Match.
This Miracle Match is sponsored by Marissa Campbell.
All right, we want to go over to Steph Keys now. Steph.
Thanks, Patricia. We have superheroes all around our community, and this next Miracle Match is one of those. Let's chat with Marissa and hear why this is important to her. Marissa.
Hi there. What's important to me is CHEO's commitment towards child and youth mental health. It's a major reason for my support. The youth mental health emergencies have been increasing, and challenges that we've been faced during the pandemic only have worsened that situation. I personally have been impacted having a family member lose her battle with mental health during the pandemic, and I'm dedicating my gift to CHEO in her memory. I appreciate that work that CHEO is doing to bring awareness to mental health and offering the resources and programs and services that it does to those who need it, and hopefully these efforts will bring an end to the stigma often associated with mental health.
You're definitely making a difference with your Miracle Match support, and we want to thank you for sharing your story and honoring that relative of yours. Thank you so much, Marissa.
Thank you.
So, you heard that. How do you not open your wallets, your purse strings, when you hear a story like that?
Let's start the clock, shall we? Whether it's Marissa's story, too. We just heard from Zach and his family and the journey that they've been through. Yeah, with Patricia, just a little bit emotional about some of these. And again, as we talk about the number of kids, and they're not alone. Those stories are all over our community, and they rely on your help to, again, the support from CHEO. They rely on your support right now. So pick up the phone and call 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. You can double your donation thanks to Marissa and this $5,000 Miracle Match.
That's right. You heard Marissa talk about mental health. We know that the pandemic has taken a toll on young people, especially. They're breaking from their routines. They're going through it. CHEO is helping to tackle those wait times. The One Click, One Platform program. They're partnering with 60 organizations to make sure that people have access to the resources they need, and your donations help make that possible.
And are sponsoring that too, RBC helping out with that One Call, One Click here again for this afternoon, which is wonderful stuff. And we have to find out how much time we have left. We're going to go to the pool. Eric?
With this 2-minute Miracle Match, it's time to make a difference. So jump in and make a big splash.
So Eric was on the hockey rink earlier, now he's in the pool. Lucky guy. But appreciate your help, Eric, and letting us know that we have less than 2 minutes now left in this miracle match. Don't delay. We're on the other side now of over halfway done our CHEO Telethon. So pick up the phone if you haven't now, listening to these stories. If you want to help out the kids and the staff and the doctors and everyone at CHEO, now is your opportunity to do it.
Yes, make that splash, just as you heard. And see some smiling faces, some focused faces. That means you are definitely dialing.
Someone not on the phone. Hi, virtual phone bank. Give us a heads up or a wave if you can hear us.
Our volunteers want to be kept busy.
We want to get people calling. Get in calling right now to be able to help out everyone, which is great too. And so it's your opportunity. This is your chance to be able to do this. There is not going to be that much. You can hit up the website, CHEO Telethon. Michaela and Mom, how much time do we have left?
Now we're back. There's only 1 minute left. What are you waiting for? Then what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, really, what are you waiting for?
Michaela's just
My goodness.
Come on, what are we waiting for? You don't even have to leave the couch. Grab your phone yourself, pull it out, and you're able to call you watch us at this point right now, and then get in touch maybe with a couple of other people. And no donation is too small.
Exactly, it's about doubling the donations. Miracle Match Time is about doubling those donations. $5 equals $10. Automatically.
Automatic. And that's the easy ones. We're not going to get into more of the complicated ones. We're not allowed to. That's okay. But you know what? Everyone the people you're picking up and talking to on the phone will be able to do that for you. We have to thank Marissa Campbell for sponsoring this miracle match. It always goes by so quickly, but you still have time to get in. Get in right now, and you can also call toll-free 1-833-744-2436. I'm going to slow down maybe those numbers a little bit, but it's lots. They're on your screen. They're on your screen just in case. We're getting to that point where it's like, it's all coming. We're going to keep yelling at you.
Wild child. I'll keep him in check.
You keep picking the phone. Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, I'll try.
That's all we have.
Like I thought the party bus over there would have had the pool, like the guy who had the pool. Like why didn't they jump in the pool?
It's probably coming. It's probably coming. That's some of the stuff that we're waiting for. Michaela and her mom were wondering. We're also waiting for these numbers as we check the top board once again.
We have had an incredible hour with that LCBO donation and everything. Look at this number now, Patricia. We are at $4.5 million.
Amazing. Just incredible. With a couple more hours to go, and Alex Mentor, of course, threw down that challenge, wanting to try to beat last year's total, which was a record breaker. So what you're waiting for now is this opportunity to call in and donate. If you haven't yet, we would love to hear from you.
Stay with us. The 39th annual CHEO Telethon continues right here on CTV.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Sangu Bear. Delicious!
Hey, it's that time of the year once again. It's Cornicky from Rebel 1017. Stoked to be part of this once again, the CHEO Telethon. Listen, your opportunity to give a little something back to the hospital that gives everything to this community and keeps the kids safe. Hey, if it ain't for the kids, do it for the bear, man. And listen, quick challenge. I gotta thank one of our listeners, Bradley Keys, who decided to kick everything off with a $100 donation. Brad Keys, thanks so much. There's the challenge to the rest of the rebellion out there. If you're watching, call the number, give a little something, and CHEO, thank you for all that you do.
Hey there, it's your boyfriend Cub Carson from Ottawa's Real Rock Rebel 1017, and a special hi, hello, and thank you to the staff at CHEO, the crew at CHEO, and of course you, Ottawa Gatineau, for supporting the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario's telethon. I can't say enough about you guys and the job that you did last year at this time when I mentioned that my daughter had broken her wrist from falling off a trampoline. Well, 1 year later, and we haven't had to see you guys. No offense, but that's the way it should be, right? Thank you again to all the staff and the community and the family around CHEO and everything that you do for our community. We are truly blessed to have you in our backyard. Thank you once again for supporting the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario.
Donate if you can. Monthly giving is one of the easiest ways to make a daily impact and help children and youth at CHEO. Consider becoming a monthly donor today, and Canadian Pacific will match your donation up to $20,000. Call now or make your donation online at CHEOTelethon.com to become a hero for CHEO. Families can count on CHEO because CHEO can count on you. This is the CHEO Telethon.